Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the HyperAntix server. How is everyone doing? I hope you're doing well. Thank you for taking a little bit of time out of your day to share with me. It means a lot. I certainly don't take it for granted. And today we are going to be doing a project, so I don't want to waste too much of your time. So let's just get into it. So, I recently put a little video out on the channel that talked about our goals and our plans for the year, and we're going to be doing live streaming. And one of the things that we need for live streaming is the pre-cap video. So hopefully, if I schedule this correctly and all things go according to plan, we should have a live stream a little later this evening. Now, as we get into today's project, I will tell you about why it might not be happening. So we shall see. We shall see. Anyway, let me turn around here and show you a little bit of a change. So let's not go out here without too much protection. Let's turn around. Look where we are. You see this? This is where the base is going to be. We can bring back the HUD as well. This is where the base is going to be. And do you notice anything missing? What's missing? It's something we worked on last episode here on the HyperAntix server. It's missing from right here. We've got these holes down to bedrock and there's nothing on top of them. That is because, well, I chatted with Armitage and he offered the suggestion of moving the entire mining operation over into the mining dimension. So that's the Aroma 97. Let's see if we can pull this up. Let's see. Mining dimension something. No, it's like a portal block. Well, anyway, I don't know quite what it's called, but I built one of these portals over here. It's where, it's where we've been doing most of our mining. Not me personally, but where we're supposed to do automated mining. But it's this thing. It's the portal frame Aroma 1997 Dimensional World. Okay, so this video is going to be the preparation for the live stream. We are going to do a project in today's video. We're going to be getting that base area ready. But yeah, so anyway, what I want to do is show you the things that have changed since the last time we were together. So I started a little bit about Botania. It should sound like that, Botania. And we've got the, what are those? There's a name for them, pure daisies. Okay, so I've got pure daisies. This one is doing stone, and I've got these two doing wood. Yes, they've already converted all of it. No, I don't care to harvest all of that. So sorry. We might get into Botania a little bit more later. We'll certainly have a Botania area in the base, assuming we get to that point. Is this thing you doing anything? Oh, that's full. This it wasn't working. It is working. Why is that not taking? It should be filling up. Curious. Curiouser and curiouser. Okay, it's draining. It's just a little bit slow is all. Maybe we should put a speed upgrade in there. Okay, so we got one block coal coke there, and we'll do that. Yeah, I'm just making a bunch of steel. Not really that I need it. It's just kind of nice to have. So yeah, let's go over to the mining dimension and I can show you some more of the progress over there, and then we'll come back and build what we need to build over here in the overworld. So come this way, we'll turn around and look here. Okay, so since the last time we were together, I upgraded this whole solar array to a tier 3, and then over on this I've put in the piezo modifier. So if it happens to rain, which is not going to do over here, but if it happens to rain, if I put this, say, in the overworld somewhere, and it rains, then we'll still be getting a little bit of RF. But I've done the tier 3, and our ore miner, resource miner, is still chugging along. It's at a tier 1. And then over here for the ore miner, I went with a tier 3. So I built that all the way up. And yeah, it's still working just fine. Producing plenty of ores. Now, it might look like we don't have very many. That's because I've already taken care of a lot of the ores that can be processed by the sag mill and the alloy smelter. But in particular, we are interested in dimensional shards. That's what we want for today's episode. So I'm just going to grab some of this. Look at all these ores. This is just amazing. Even let's grab some diamonds. Look at that. Plenty of ores. Plenty of ores to go around. How about some nether quartz as well? We're just going to do this all in one whack. We're not going to get all of these. We'll come up with an automated solution for sorting all these out, and automatically processing them, all that fun stuff. Here's something. It seems like it's not setting the stacks correctly. It'd be nice if the modular storage automatically combined all the stacks, but I guess it just doesn't want to do that. Anyway, we've got plenty of ores right there, and this area is always on because we've got the sun constant. This is eternal daytime here in the mining world, and so our solar panel is always producing RF. Now, what's this thing right here? This is the chunk loading ward. I did this off camera. I'll have to do another one, so when I do that, we'll bring you along for it. But that loads a 3x3, a 3 chunk by 3 chunk area around it. So I think we can bring that up like so. Yeah, there we go. So we can see some of the, we can see the chunk borders there. So it's going to load this one, and then this one, and then these two as well. Okay, so if I'd planned it better, I could have chunk loaded all of them in the correct location, but oh well. This is a temporary setup. We're going to move this eventually back to the overworld and into our base. But the main thing I needed was dimensional shards. Now I don't need as many as I've got in my inventory at the moment. Okay, let's come back over here. We can't sleep yet. Anything else of note over here? I've added an alloy smelter, so we got 2 of those. And anything else? A little bit extra storage here for a lot of those ores that came in. Anything? No, I think that's pretty much it for the changes. Can we sleep now? Yes, we can. Yes, we can. Okay. So I'm not going to fortune all of these things right here on camera with you. Instead, I'll just do a little bit just to show you what we can get into. Okay, so I've got dimensional shard ore, and I do have some levels right there, so we can use the builder's block like so. Okay, and that's pretty much what I'm going to be doing. How about we do a whole stack? Can we do that? Yeah. Okay. And then what we'll do is maybe put some quartz on there as well. And I've built a new tool off camera. Uh-oh. Well, tree is in the way. So let me show you this new tool here. We've got a cobalt, copper, obsidian hammer. XP, we're still working through that. It's got a decent durability on it. I haven't put the mending moss on it. We just went for all fortune and looting, and then as we get modifiers, I will put more and more redstone on it. So anyway, this is what we can do with it. And if I was smart about this, we could put, this one has mending moss. I can put that there. Okay. And that should go into the other hammer. Awesome. So we got the exotic miner RFTools achievement. And yeah, we've got tons and tons of items here. So let's just do that. Okay. And then backpack. How about that? Can we put the backpack on the ground? No, we can just do this. Okay, it's taking its time. There we go. All right, so we just need a little bit of that, and then what we'll do is bring the hammer back down. I like that hammer available all the time. And we're going to go into our project. So what I want to do, I've told you this already, and we'll bring up the map rather than go over there. Let's just zoom out. What I want to do is I want to dig out this entire area right here inside the alabaster square, and including the alabaster square that is just outside the 3 chunk by 3 chunk area. And we'll chunk load. We'll use one of those chunk loading boards right here in the center chunk where the home thing is. I don't know if my mouse cursor, OBS says the mouse cursor is showing up, so I want to chunk load that, and then that way all of this will be chunk loaded, and we'll have most of our base in here, okay? So that it is producing stuff even if I'm not on the server. Maybe. I've noticed that the mining dimension does not always load, so I don't know how the overworld will work with the chunk loader, but hey, we'll try. So the way we're going to dig that out is using the builder block from RFTools. And the way we do that, well, we've got to get a machine frame. You know what? Let me put away some of these ores right here, like so, and we can take care of those at a later time. How about the nether quartz? We can put that away as well. And you know what? We can even put away the backpack. Okay. I think we're good. We'll put down the tool forge. I like to take that with me for mining, and then I take along the major component or one of the cheapest components that is in whichever tool that I'm using primarily. So this one, I take copper with me. I got a lot of copper. Same one with this. I'll take copper with me. Over here, it's all cobalt, so I have to repair it with cobalt if it ends up getting used up faster than the mining moss. But anyway, enough of that. I'm a little discombobulated because I don't know if you can hear it in my voice. And it's one of the reasons why we may not actually get the stream going this evening. And that is because I am not feeling so well at the time of recording this. Now we're about a week ahead, about a half a week ahead, 3-4 days ahead. So who knows? Who knows? We'll see if I actually get to that point, but yeah, there we go. So that's how to get the builder block. We're going to use that to dig out the quarry. And the way we're going to do that is we have got to do, or I'm going to use something called a clearing fortune quarry. So we want it to be clearing so that it completely removes everything from there. We want it to be fortune because we're going to come across some good ores, and it has to be a quarry, so we've got to get a special shape card. Now I'm going to be using 2 shape cards. We need one to go through the whole crafting process, and we need another one for when we rebuild the thing later. So we're going to take one of those shape cards, put that in that recipe like so, and that gives us the quarry shape card. Okay, and next up, we're going to put the quarry shape card in there, and this is why I needed the dimensional shards. Yes, I went through all of that last episode so that we could get only 4 dimensional shards. I know, it seems like a bit of a waste, but c'est la vie. There's our fortune card, and then we can put that into here, and it goes from a fortune quarry card to a clearing fortune quarry card. Awesome. So we're good to go there. We've got alabaster. We're going to be building the system back up with that. And if we go here, we've got a couple of items that we need. There's one more thing that I would like to do, and that is, well, it's not quite this. I guess we're done. We're done doing this, and this is finished. Excellent. I need to build an infuser. Let's see if we can find all the tools for that. Infuser. That takes a machine frame, diamonds, and redstone, and dimensional shards. We've got all that stuff. Iron, cobalt, gold, redstone. So let's see. Grab some gold nuggets. We've got a couple of those. We've got diamonds. We got some lapis there. Iron. Let's just see if we've got... Okay, none in ingot form. And diamond? Huh, none in just the standard form. Interesting. Okay. So the reason we want to do this is to reduce the power consumption of our builder and redstone. Do we have any redstone in here? Let's see. And long term, we're going to get a refined storage system going so that we don't have to do this over and over again. And we'll put maybe right here. Take that out. Excellent. So we can put the builder block in like that. And then what we'll do is grab... I got too much stuff in here. We can put this away, this. And you know what? We can set this back out. So we'll do that there. And then we'll put away all of this stuff like so. Okay, the copper ingots, put that away. And we're not going to need that until a little later. Same with that. All right, I think we're good to go. We are going to fully infuse this particular builder's block. So once that is done, okay, I think I have to put 4 stacks of dimensional shards in there. Once that's done, I'll bring you back and we'll go set this thing up. And there we go. It should be fully infused now. Let's just put it right there. Oh, hey, we get an achievement for that. Awesome. If we look, yeah, so we can look up here in the top left corner. It says infused 100%. Excellent. So now what we can do is place that down. Do we need that chest? We don't need that one. Well, here's what we're going to do. We're going to come over here to our ultimate quarry area. And what I want to do is make sure that we clear out every bit of this. And so that means that I get the unenviable task of digging down, which shouldn't be a problem. But what I need to do is set up the quarry card. And actually, I also need to set up the builder block. I'm going to set it right here, okay? And then what we do is we right click on there. No. Where did it go? There it is. Shift right click. Okay. And then we have to search for the bottom corner. And what I want to do is go to the absolute lowest point in the world that we can go. Uh-oh. There is lava close by. Okay, we've passed by it. And let's see if we run into any more. We're currently on Y19, Y11. Okay, so this is Y4. If we look at this, yeah, I'm looking at Y3. Okay, I don't like that because I want this to clear out everything. So at most what it would do is get down to Y level 3. So we need to go a little bit lower. We're going to go off down here. So I am going to take a look at each one of these corners in turn, and then I'll bring you back once we've figured out which corner we're going to go from. All right, well, that did not take too long. It was in the second tunnel here. So this is where we're going to select our first corner, like so. And now we go select our second corner, and that is going to be over on the opposite side. We can get rid of the F3 screen. We're going to go over to this opposite corner over here, build up a little bit, and I've got some cobble there. Yeah, so we'll build up with cobble to make sure that we get the entirety of this hill. So we do have a hill right in the middle of this thing. That should get the whole height of it. Boom. Okay, so we've got the settings copied to the shape card. What we're going to do is put that in there, and we can do a preview, and let's just make sure. Okay, that is the full area that we are going to be removing all the way down to bedrock. The neat thing about the builder is that it also gets all liquids that you happen to have in there as well. So I forgot to grab something and also serve as a precap, if you will. I did a little bit extra work off camera to make these things, this dimensional transceiver. So I've got one over in the mining dimension. That is serving as sending our power over here. So we should be able to get enough electricity. I call it electricity, it's just RF, but yeah, anyway. So we should have enough RF for this whole process. Okay, plenty of RF coming in. All right, then what we have to do is grab a diamond chest. Oh, and there's one thing I forgot to do. Let's do this. We're going to void that. Yeah, so I don't want cobble, I don't want dirt, and I don't want stone. I wouldn't mind gravel because we can make flint out of that, but yeah, we're going to void all of that stuff. Okay, so over here, all we have to do now, I think, is, well, no, keep running. No, we don't have to keep running with a redstone signal. We just set it to run once. Okay, so it's working on this first chunk, and we may run out of room quickly in here. Yes, we do. So our next order of business now is to get more storage for this whole thing. So, well, I think that's what we're going to be working on, or I'll be working on that some off camera, but you'll be able to see that going on stream. Hopefully this whole area will be dug out by the time we get to the stream. So anyway, I'm going to take care of that. Hopefully you have enjoyed this little project and precap. I hope it has not gone on for too long. We had a little bit of a gap there, but yeah, anyway, once again, thank you so much for joining me this afternoon, and I hope to see you on the stream, beam.pro/mcsoapthegreat this evening, 9:30 EST. Again, watch Twitter. You can probably hear it in my voice. I can feel the congestion coming up. Not, it's one of those, you just kind of know. I've got enough years under my belt to know when I am coming under the weather. So yeah, anyway, we also have what looks like a winter storm coming through. So anyway, we'll see. Watch Twitter. So that's at mcsoapthegreat for any changes in the schedule or any up-to-date things. But anyway, hopefully you enjoyed. If you did, a like is always appreciated. And if you haven't done so already, think about subscribing so you're up to date with everything going on the channel. That's going to be it for now. Hope to see you later this evening. If not, if I don't keep up my end of the bargain, well, we'll at least see you in the next precap or the next time we stream. So anyway, hope to catch you around somewhere. All right, bye-bye for now. Well, here's a little postscript. I messed something up. I realized as I went all the way around here, take a look. This went all the way down to bedrock all the way around here. You see that? All the way around, but didn't bother going inside the area. You know why that might be? I do. Let's first let's turn the machine off. Second, let's bring this shape card back around and let's take a look here. We want a full box, a solid box. So we can take a look there. 222,500 blocks that we want. We've put that back in. It's still not going to be running. Well, you know what? Yep, it can't get any more. So the reason why is because we have filled up the entire area. Anyway, so I've still got to work on the storage, but I just wanted to bring you in for that little change to our setup before you rage at me too much. Anyway, see ya later.